JD, how quick do you think this guy must adapt to the Premier League?
Well, he's going to have something that his predecessors never had, which is the correct title, first of all, because he's coming in as a manager.
Correct.
He's not coming in as a head coach, which allows you a little bit more time, a little bit more control. And I'm so glad that our graphics team was able to put that up as the headline. Xabi Alonso is the manager, which on paper, we can focus on the tactics, we can focus on the decisions, and most importantly, the results, and all of that stuff is great. But what he's going to have a handover is recruitment. He's going to hand over of players' fitness. He's going to have a handover of minutes in terms of where they go. He's going to have a better grasp of the squad immediately from the 1st of July than any of the previous managers or head coaches, as we should say, have had. So he's already got an advantage. Now, on the pitch, Nico, I'm ready to see this. The transition, you know, Spanish managers are on form right now.
And not only that, Basque managers are on form as well. Twofold transition. First, adapting to a new team that needs a lot of change in mentality and tactics and whatnot. And then adapting to the Prem. We've seen a lot of managers, Premier League greats, by the way, walk into their first season into a Premier League team.
Yeah, there's been a lot of them that have turned around and decided to take the title, but think about how many of these came in as interims or replacements. He first of all started off as an interim and obviously got the upgrade. Frank Lampard's had a spell as an interim manager as well. Steven Gerrard was given a spell at Aston Villa and actually covered that Aston Villa team when they were there in terms of in the Europe and also domestically as well. And it was a bit of a shaky experience to say what's happened. Mikel Arteta went through a rough period where he had to get rid of a lot of deadwoods to then bring in what is now his squad. I don't think Xabi Alonso is actually starting from the deficit that any of these managers started from. I do believe there's still quality in that squad. I do believe he's going to be backed. And I do believe now, especially being given the manager title, he's going to be able to implement his control from day one.
Okay, let's see what went wrong for Chelsea this season. Closing out games, they lost a lot of points from winning positions, 19 to be exact. Defending set pieces, they weren't quite there. And discipline. That's one of the bigger things. I think discipline has to be a key where Xabi Alonso walks in and gets this squad right the right way. And then I think this weakness can be turned into a strength.
It can be. What we need to understand is this word experience. There's a lot of inexperience both on and off the pitch in terms of for Chelsea. There's a lot of people making decisions, and we'll dive into it, that really shouldn't be at the forefront. But what you have right now is someone who actually understands football, someone who really does stand in terms of their basis. And he's going to walk in and he's going to demand respect because of his presence in terms of as a player, but also where he's been to. I don't know if this technically counts because Chelsea is not really a step back for anyone, but this guy was the Real Madrid head coach. So I've dealt with bigger egos, more quality and players at a higher level than anybody that's in this squad can turn around and recommend or talk about. So at the end of the day, I should really be given the respect from that point.
How about Chelsea's a mix of the two previous clubs where he was before? It's got the youth, a large squad like Bayer Leverkusen, and some of the ego, some of the dressing room management that you needed at Real Madrid, that Xabi Alonso wasn't particularly great at, but he'll use that experience to see this squad and manage it. Who do you think, JD, talk to me, would be your choices for a new Chelsea squad?
Okay, so there's certain bases, some certain players that you know that you've got to build around. Caicedo is one you already know is going to be the heartbeat of your team. I think the Enzo Fernandez relationship between him and Xabi Alonso is going to be one to be interesting to see develop because of the similarities in their game and also the way that they can play. There should be an element of respect there. Cole Palmer, I'm interested to see what he does in terms of development. In terms of this back, I don't know how many is in here. Reece James, of course, is the club captain, so you know you've got to keep a basis there. And Cucurella is one. But I want to identify some of the areas in which that automatically Chelsea should start making some changes, and we need to start getting the base right. And when I talk about the base, I'm talking about we need to get both our goalkeeper correct and our forward line correct. So both of those two are the first places I'm looking at improvement. Robert Sanchez, thank you so much for your services. We've had ups, we've had downs, there's been some moments, there's been some bad moments too. And at the end of the day, I think when you're talking about Chelsea pushing forward, it's got to start from there in terms of as a base. And Liam Delap, I was a big fan of Liam Delap. Still am a big fan of Liam Delap. Love the work with Ipswich. Didn't quite work out in a Chelsea shirt. You hold the weight of wearing number 9 on the back of your shirts. That comes with a lot of responsibility. And we know Chelsea number 9s haven't always historically done well in the Premier League. So if I want 2 instant changes, I'm going to turn around and look to improve those 2 areas. Who am I going to bring in? That's the question you want to ask, right? Well, this is the part where you enjoy the new look of Chelsea. Let's go back to that early days, you know, 04, 05, when you came in and you make a splash. You go and get yourself a World Cup winner who's going to establish your base straight away, going to come in with a sense of arrogance and also a point to prove because of his relationship in football in England. And this is the signing that needs to be made. You know why? Because it's going to send a major message to the rest of Europe. Chelsea aren't a young, inexperienced squad no more that's given these prolonged contracts. No, we're here and we're signing the world's best. He's been flirting with London for God knows how long. Well, make dreams reality. What do you think, Nico?
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I love Victor Osimhen and I love Dibu Martínez. I think these are great signings for Chelsea. From the ideal world to the actual world, we already know that Chelsea's about to sign a 19-year-old Portuguese winger. It's Geovany Quenda from Sporting. We've seen how good he is on the ball, how good he is off the ball, his IQ playing for Sporting. 28 games, 6 goals and 7 appearances, but that's because a large chunk of this season he's spent out with a foot injury, but he has been on the rise. He is such a good player. But let's not overhype. Let's give him his time. Perhaps he's not going to be Premier League ready from one moment to the next, but it's a bet on the future for Chelsea. Now, if you ask me who I would sign for Chelsea to be oven ready right now, there are a couple of players. I do think they need a center back to shore up that back line. They need somebody with experience, and Ezri Konsa does give you experience. Igor Thiago is a guy coming from Brentford. He's just starting to get looks for the national team. He's already proven that he can score in the Prem. And then Bradley Barcola, to me, JD is a little bit of my hopeful thinking. It's going to be difficult for Bradley Barcola to sign for Chelsea. You know why? Because of not playing in the Champions League. Even Conference League is not going to do it. How is Bradley Barcola going to go from winning Champions League perhaps back-to-back to a team that doesn't even play Champions League? But again, it's for the future. And perhaps this guy can really give Chelsea that edge, which sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But Bradley Barcola can bring it on a consistent basis. And maybe in the Prem, he can show his stuff. So, let's take a look at what this new look Chelsea, per JD, per Nico. What's 2 more sporting directors at Chelsea anyway? So just.
Oh, whoa. I'm so glad you turned around and mentioned them because they're also on my fire list. I would turn around and start getting rid of some of those people that's too many chefs in the kitchen. And that's just the truth of it, because when you start thinking about the names like, Paul Winstanley probably needs to go. Lawrence Stewart probably needs to go. And I'm open in saying that because Blueco need to look at themselves. This can't be the basis of what you're trying to build in terms of as a young, exciting players and not make changes both on and off the pitch. But that 11, Nico, that 11 could turn around and challenge most teams in Europe.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we talked about the spine, right? We changed the goalkeeper, we changed the center back. We have a really strong midfield, and then you got your club captain out wide. We want to see Cole Palmer at his best. I mean, if this even happens, okay, let's see how Estevao comes back. But let's talk about the striker position, because João Pedro hasn't been good enough. Liam Delap hasn't been good enough. I signed Thiago, you signed Osimhen. Is there enough room for the both of them to live on one Chelsea squad?
Yeah, there is. You know why? Because there potentially won't be any European football next year. So that means we've got a straight shoot for 40, 45 games, including cups. We need to win it all. And Chelsea are one of those, if they looked at the Manchester United project, especially from 2026 onwards, like you could really build a basis to say this could be a successful season by not only reasserting yourself and back into Champions League, but hopefully winning a cup. Then you start to get yourself in the good graces of the teams and also, most importantly, your fan base. Then you can build in and go anywhere from there. West London's not a bad place to live, by the way. You been?
No, of course.
You already know. You already know. That's attractive enough.
Right by Hammersmith? Come on.
This guy.
Bro, you know me. All right, and I'm thinking this is a great mix of youth, which Chelsea wants. And they're not going to pivot entirely, are they? I don't know. I mean, with 5 sporting directors, they just might.
There's only 3 now. We just
got rid of 2. Okay, but we added you and me. But it's a mix of that youth, including new signings are still young, right? With some experience in Osimhen, in Konsa, in Dibu. My question is, do you think Xabi is going to have Chelsea finish in a Champions League spot next season?
If this is his squad, if this is his 11,
he has to.
With the bench, it's mandatory. Because most people would say that this 11 is maybe better than Manchester United's on their day, question mark. Maybe this 11 could be better than Aston Villa on their day, question mark. The top two have kind of separated themselves, and Liverpool's another question mark in its own right. But the call to action is the most important part. Did we get it right? Did we get it right in terms of the incomings? Did we get it right in terms of the players that need to go?
Yeah.
And Chelsea 2026, 27.
I wonder what you guys think. If Xabi Alonso is the right guy for this team, and now that he's there, is he going to have them finish in Champions League? Who would you sign? Who do you guys think are the ideal guys to take this Chelsea team forwards? This is Numbers Don't Lie. Hey, thanks for watching this video from Numbers Don't Lie. Be sure to catch our show every Monday at 5 p.m. on YouTube. And for news and insights from leagues all around the world, including Serie A, EFL, and all UEFA competitions, both men's and women's, don't forget to sign up for Paramount+.